to the show. The hem was stitched too high, too low. The singer winked, the room grew loud. I drew a crowd, but no one saw the wire beneath. His name was Blue, or so he said. He sang like storms and slept like lead. He wrote his number on my shoe, said, "That'll do." He danced with smoke upon his breath and kissed like he had fought with death. His eyes were bruises soft and sure, no one's cure. He left the day the thunder called. I don't recall it all, but still I hum the tune he threw. His name was Blue. Still I hum the tune he threw. His name was Blue. He never shouted, never swore, just left his hat beside the door. He traced my back with fingertips and steal my breath with lips. A man who whispers never stays.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Sulk stream. I'm your host, the incredible Sulk, the amazing Sulk. I am what I am. I am just Sulk or John or whatever you want to call me tonight. Tonight we're going to be talking about the boomers again. Yes! It is a subject that I am well versed in, and I feel strongly about. And Sam Hyde just happened to do one of his little talk shows, and I can't say I'm the biggest fan of Sam Hyde simply because I'm not very familiar with his work. I know he's done a couple of things like $1 Million Extreme and what have you, but he is a figure. He is a comedian, and he makes a good deal of money and does this fairly well, I would expect. And again, I'm not so well versed in his work, but I am willing to give it a shot. I did watch this. I did watch it all the way through. It was quite interesting. It was quite informed, and it was pretty entertaining. So I thought, why the hell not? I'll throw it on the show. See if I can give it my 2 cents, because that's what everybody wants, right? They want my take. They want my 2 cents on whatever they happen to say. I don't even know. Am I going to do that? Am I going to give you my 2 cents? I might. Perhaps. I might make a joke or two. I might not. Haven't decided yet. Haven't decided. Anyways, Jess is probably going to be joining us at some point during the evening, and she is bringing me gin. So it's going to be spicy. It's going to be a spicy evening, boys. Just letting you know. I'm getting geared up for this vacation, and I have to, harden that liver up. And I hope you guys understand that, because typically I'm not I'm not going to say I'm not a big drinker. I'm just I don't drink typically. I'm very busy and stuff. But since we're cruising into this vacation, it kind of seems like, why the hell not? Let's just ease into it instead of just jump on board. And then I'm making a lot of cruise ship puns. Yes, we are going on a cruise. We are going from Spain to Italy, and we're sailing around the Mediterranean. I'm pretty sure that's how it's pronounced. If I'm wrong, go fuck yourself. I don't care. Yeah. Hold on, Big B. I appreciate that, but before we start doing donos, I have to do my entire thing. I have to do my prologue. Otherwise, it just doesn't make sense. Nobody understands what's going on unless I do this very specific thing. This very structured thing. And I have my boxes I have to check and everything. Otherwise, it's just... Is it my autism? Is it my OCD or something like that? Because if I forget something, if I forget to say, it's Tuesday, or, if you're working, blah, 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 if you're driving, blah, 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 then it just ruins it for me. I can't do it properly. Is that some sort of weird psychosis? Yeah, probably. Probably, where I have to check the stove over and over again, and I have to turn the lights on and off 3 times to make sure they're extra off. Extra off. They're completely off already. They're 100% off. They can't be any more off, but I'll give it a few whirls just to make sure. Because otherwise the house will burn down and my family will die. And here's my lovely wife. And she brought me a beverage. This is my first, by the way. If you think I'm talking crazy now, just wait. Just wait. Gin gets me kooky. It sure does. It gets me insane. Or am I insane when I'm sober? I don't know. Am I sober? These are mysteries. These are the mysteries of life that we have to talk about. We have to discuss. We have to break through and crack the case. You guys?
He played that sax like it could sting.
So yes, we're talking about boomers. We're talking about the boomers in general and their attitudes, their opinions, their insane theories, their lack of knowledge, and their basic psychopathy, because let's be honest, it is a form of psychopathy. There's no way it's not. There's no way it's not. So, get comfy. Get cozy. Get a nice bottle of gin if you have it. I have mine. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's quality. Right there. It's got the cucumbers and everything. I bought limes for a reason, but whatever. I don't care. I like the cucumbers too. It's going to be one of those shows, you guys. Hopefully the donuts start rolling in, because I'm going to put my body through it tonight for you. That's what I'm going to do. I put my body on the line. I put my mind on the line. Obviously, my reputation isn't shit. But if it was, I'd put that on the line too. For you guys, because of how much I care. Of how much I absolutely adore you. Don't ever say that people don't love you. Don't ever say that no one cares about me, because me, John, Sulk, I do. I do implicitly into the very core of you. I'm here for you, and I love you. Anyways, grab your gin. Grab your beer. Grab whatever you want. If you're working, continue to work. I appreciate me being on your time and on your schedule. But don't let people hear me, please. You'll lose your job. If you're driving, drive safely. Get home safely. That's very important to me. Too many people die in car accidents. It's not fair. It's not nice. But it is a reality of our world. A terrible reality. But it does happen, so get home. What is today? Thursday? Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Welcome to this Wednesday show of the Sulk Stream, and I hope you guys are good and getting through the week as good as you possibly can. That's important to me, right? We're trudging through, guys. We're trudging through.
She touched his hand.
Anyways.
I sipped my wine.
Yeah. I'm the Incredible Sulk. This is the Sulk Stream.
The girl in green
And what is this called?
is not to blame,
This is just called Boomers.
but I still
Why is my fucking aspect ratio all weird on this?
and
I don't know.
if
We'll see how it works. Enjoy.
her life
See, look. What's going on here?
me,
I don't understand why that's happening.
no,
Oh, I think it's a default. What? Mini player?
eventually.
No, that's not how it works. Like this? I don't quite understand what's happening. And this is not the time to be having technical difficulties. Or is it? Maybe this is the perfect time. I don't understand. It doesn't matter. Enjoy! Okay, start off that belt. Big B Trucker, $5. Here's my 2 cents. Thank you. Despite another $5, cheers, mate. Please wear the tuxedo shirt for the wine tasting. If I do the wine tasting, if I get a tuxedo shirt, my pleasure. Of course, I will. This is delicious. This is fantastic. Good work. Pull up a chair. Grab that little.
Should I speak into the
You're a
mic for
wily
that?
one.
How long do I...
Probably.
The lovely Jess will be joining us today, and I don't know if she wants to be on camera, but you know, it is. She doesn't want to be on camera. That's fine.
hold this like the
Probably
whole
point it
time?
backwards.
Or do I
Yeah, you know, you hold it when you want to talk
really
into it,
kind of
Gene.
phallic of some sort here?
Everything's got to be a penis to this lady. I mean, she was probably in Woodstock, and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking." There's like penises. There's so many penises around. You don't have to do it. You know, penises, right? Penis is an acid. That's how she got through life. That's how she was, you know, and that's. Now she's an old lady. And that's all she has on the brain is penis is an acid.
You can stop. That's not it. You can also stop it. Gene's never seen a microphone before. Go ahead, Gene.
I've never... How far away does it have to be? Like,
We're just going to edit you out of the whole show. Don't worry.
Shit. Gonna make all these lies about me and then plaster my face on Facebook or something.
What, that we've been hooking up?
Yeah. I didn't even think about it until way later.
You can't, what, stop hooking up with me?
Christian says John wore a black shirt to his wedding. That's not true. It's not true. I wore a tuxedo to my wedding, just like a normal person would. I did. It was just a normal tuxedo.
With a black bow tie.
It was a black bow tie. And it was a normal thing. I remember.
I actually showed the 4-year-old a picture of you from the wedding, and he goes, "I want a black bow tie like Dada."
Oh, well.
It's really cute.
Yep, that was it. I was so innocent-minded. He totally believed me, and I was like,
All right. Let's get to the show here. We can cover that later.
Hey, Brandon.
Guys, today we're talking about boomers. They call themselves the golden generation.
Do they really call themselves the golden generation? Do they call it? Do boomers? Do you hear this?
I've never heard that.
But do you hear the things that are going on in my head?
well,
I mean, like now, not typically. Like when I'm laying in bed at night and like I scream random things because I do that.
he does.
I do that. She calls it my stream of consciousness because I'll just shout out things or I'll start laughing in the dead of night. It's psychotic.
Well. It really gives me an understanding about where you are mentally.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, sometimes you're like, I love my wife, and I know you're happy. But then other times you say not so nice things. Not about me, just in general. You say not. And then I'm like, oh, that's where we're at today. Noted.
Right? And it changes from hour to hour. And it could be some sort of mania. I don't really care. It's your problem to deal with.
They call themselves the God generation. Sometimes they just call themselves
The God generation.
the generation with no adjective. They expect you to know. It's like a Persona 5. There's many different variants, but there's one.
Never seen Persona 5. Is that a game? Is that a show? I think that's a game. Is it a good game?
True generation, and that would be the boomers. Gene, are you a boomer or are you Gen X?
Despite says it's $16. Do I have to order it for you? You don't. I mean, I'm not going to order it, but you know where to send it. That's P.O. Box 311. Fucking, screenshot that and then send it to my P.O. Box. And then if you send it to me, I'll wear it. Not everything. If you like, if Spondy sends me some like fucking nipple clamps or something like that, which he's threatened to do, I'm not gonna wear those. I'm not gonna wear nipple tassels or anything like
Yeah,
that.
because they won't fit. They're gonna fall off your little nipples.
They don't require nipples. There's like there's some sort of adhesive or something like that. You should know. You remember when I met you? You were at that strip club, and
Don't even joke.
oh, that wasn't you?
I'm the borderline boomer. I'm
What
the
year
very
were you
last
born?
year.
I'm gonna get myself
1964.
That's the last year for boomers?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're a boomer.
Well, we're excited, guys. Gen X boomers, same shit. I don't mean to swear. Same, different dicks. Same dick. That's what it is. Gen X and boomers, same, two different dicks. On that, you telling me that? Now, how you a fat bitch? You ain't got no booty.
Is this some sort of black
Y'all
thing?
telling me there's a fat bitch and she ain't got no booty? Same Jew, different foreskin. We passed the 45-second point where we can talk about Jewish blood libel on YouTube.
Jews don't have foreskins. I was under the impression that Jews don't have foreskins. I could be wrong. I don't know. I've never seen a Jewish penis.
And still be sponsored by.
I could be under the wrong assumption that they just trick the rest of us into cutting our foreskins off, and they still have their foreskins. Oh boy, that would be like the troll of the century if they convince the entire country to cut their foreskins off and be like, haha, JK, we still have ours. Wow, you guys will believe anything. I'd be pissed. I mean, I'm pissed now, dude. I'm pissed about my foreskin now. No one was all like, hey, can I cut your foreskin off? It wasn't like Frozen. Frozen's like 13. He had the power to fight back and shit like that. I had no choice whatsoever. They took it before I was hours old at the point. I would have fought back. Frozen was like 13. And he was all like, yeah, I guess I don't need it. He's a pushover. He still is.
BetterHelp. Guys, this is brought to you by BetterHelp, okay? When you are considering the various crimes of the Jewish people, you're going to want to call BetterHelp.
Wow, right out the gate. Okay, all right. I kind of assumed he was a Jew because he's got the little glasses and stuff like that. I don't know. He just seems like very Jewish.
BetterHelp is specifically help for anti-Semites. It's available now. You can call a licensed therapist. You can rant about Jews. It's helped me so much, as a matter of fact. You deserve to be happy. What type of therapy are you looking for? Individual, couples, teen? Now,
Sounds
I go
like
with
for me.
couples. And I call and I say, me and Adolf Hitler.
Cheddar says Sam Hyde's a Jew. Yeah, he seems like a Jew. I mean, doesn't he? Doesn't he seem like a Jew? I mean, I could be wrong. He just seems Jewish to me.
BetterHelp script? Are you serious? Is this the script they gave us? This can't be real. I don't believe this for
Well,
one
this
second.
is the 30 second. The 60 seconds a little different.
They specifically said to name drop Adolf Hitler. I'm not here to question my corporate betters here. Regain.us, what's that? Couples therapy? Oh, it's a different.
There's Scott. I'm glad you came, Scott, because we're talking about your people, your generation, which is good. Because I really wanted to address you specifically and, like, you know, lambaste you and, like, tell you how bad you are. I'm drinking. That has nothing to do with my hatred for you, Scott, though.
Website. So if you have a bad
that is a
itch,
completely unique subject, right? Beyond that, you know, this might, you know, pour a little oil on the fire, if you know what I mean. But beyond that, no, this is from the heart.
and she stops acting bad, you got to get that bitch in line. You go to regain.us. Imagine getting an
Ardent shares John whining about his dick again. You're the one who whines about my dick when it's in your butt.
email.
That's gonna be the joke bell as well. It's not just the dono bell. It's the hot fire burn bell.
From a website.
That's what it's
telling
gonna
you
be.
your Partner. What is that code for some gay guy? We ever talk about that? What's that code for? A gay guy? Who's my partner? What, a gay guy?
Cheddar. It's got him. It's the got him bell. This is the got him bell. Got him. I love that.
cowboy?
That's what I'm
Do you
saying.
have a partner?
It's the got him bell.
You playing Cowboys and Indians? Me and my partner. Are you a cop? Are you a 70s hard-boiled police detective? What do gay guys call it?
AIDS.
Life partner?
What? Do they? Why do they call it a life partner when they bang a million other people? It's not. I mean, okay. Because gay men aren't monogamous. They have sex with anybody who comes. That's why Grindr is a thing. And Grindr is not a dating app. It is a gay sex app. And I don't even know if I would call it sex. I would call it violence. It's just you be violent towards my ass and then I'll be violent towards your ass. And then that's some sort of trade. We'll shake hands later and then never speak again. If you see me at the grocery store, look away. Right? I'm with my family. You're with your family. It is a separate ordeal. But yeah, wouldn't call it dating. Wouldn't call it dating whatsoever. Nope.
That takes all the utility out of the phrase life partner. Chris is my life partner, whether he knows it or not.
Whether he knows it or not.
We're not gay, are we, Chris? We share farts.
Share
Spend a lot
them?
of time in the car, but that doesn't make us gay.
Share farts, huh?
I can't call this guy my life partner, though. I got crucified for that. My life partner. Ugh. They ruined it. What else did boomers ruin? Let's get to that.
You know how that Belle Delphine sells her bathwater? I'll sell my fart in a jar. I will fart, and everyone will get a specific fart. They will per fart. I will jar. There'll be one jar per fart, right? So there's a limited number of farts. I don't get me wrong. There's plenty of them, but like, you know, one fart per jar. I'm not like farting into some sort of machine that like divvies them up and like stomps on them with like, I don't know, nitrogen or something to keep the farts fresh. No, it's a fart. It is pure fart. I will send it to you. It'll be in like one of those bell jars, you know, like a mason jar. Don't break it. That ghost will escape.
Topic at hand.
$250 a piece.
Whether I'm on or off the court, there's one product I know that's got my back no matter what. When my team's going up against the other team, when my team's going to go up against those other guys, there's one product I know that's got my back no matter what. You've probably heard that RFK Jr. is taking methylene blue.
I take methylene blue. I like methylene blue. It turns my pee blue, and I think that's pretty cool. Does it do anything else besides that? I'm not sure, but it really makes my wife's job hard trying to clean piss off of the toilet seat. She's like, John, can you not do that anymore? And I'm like, yeah, I can. Ooh.
To stay focused,
I sure
energized,
can.
mentally
And then I just go off. I just walk off, and I continue to do so.
resilient. That's what I use when I'm on the court.
Fuck me, bro. Come on.
Experience those same benefits
Fuck me. You have to fucking blow out my ears like that?
This doctor-formulated nutraceutical. The first. It's the first to combine methylene blue with NAD and PQQ.
I do take NAD as well. I take a whole host of supplements, and magnesium and B vitamins and stuff like that. And yeah, I take a bunch of stuff.
Creating a unique formula designed to optimize mitochondrial function, improve energy, and elevate
Just but it says if you drink enough blue Powerade, it turns your shit blue-green. Yeah, that's true. I know. Yes, I've done that.
cognitive performance,
I've done that.
whether you're on or off the court. Methylene blue crosses the blood-brain barrier to enhance memory, focus, and executive function by increasing ATP production, helping protect against aging and
I have pretty bad executive function. Yeah. Not going to do anything about it.
cellular damage. If you're looking for a real mental and physical edge, delivers.
Are we
Get 10%
serious?
off plus free
Are we
ship.
seriously listening to an ad right now?
Head to twc.health/hide and use code HIDE. Feel the difference. Think clearer.
I mean, for real though, like he did just run a whole ad and I didn't skip over it. So I'm not going to say I'm not impressed. I am slightly impressed that he actually made me listen to an entire fucking, with the promo code and everything, $60 off plus free shipping, the whole thing. I didn't get a dime. I didn't get a dime out of it. And I was like, hey, I use that too. I probably helped him out. You're welcome, Sam Hyde. I know you don't know who I am or care, and probably will never know or care. But you're welcome, and you owe me. And I'm going to tell you, if I ever meet you in real life, I'm going to be like, you owe me. He seems huge. So.
In the 1950s, there's no shortage of parody material. Fallout, crooner, advertising, big Cadillacs and stuff. People parody the 1950s. They think that's like a smart thing. This country was an actual paradise. Wealth, houses, jobs.
Hot Dog says at 47, even vitamins help. By the way, I'm going to go back to drinking. Did you stop drinking for a while where you're like, you know what, I'm off it. I'm off the sauce. And then you like found God or something like that. And then you're like, oh man, I feel so much better. Hey, praise Jesus, guys. And you know, you go around being super positive, like toxically positive. And then it just wears on people. It's all like, man, you know, I'm glad Hog's doing better, but like he was a lot more fun when he was drinking. And everyone's like, yeah, no, it's really getting annoying. No, we don't hang out with him anymore because he just won't stop being sober, and it's really destroying his life. It's really destroying his life. He's got this positive attitude and stuff. He talks about God all the time, and it just makes me and my wife and kids uncomfortable. So, you know, unless you're back on the bottle, Hog, we can't hang out anymore.
Food, clothing that wasn't fake. It's the best it's ever been for any generation in human history. And what do your parents, in some cases, or your grandparents do? They destroy it. They destroy it in a way that is will bring them into the Hall of Fame of legendary, selfish morons. That's what happened. These are people who, it appears they deliberately spend the most money with the least regard for the people around them. I want you to see what a walnut
Obedience says, I don't trust methylene blue. Tell us why.
brain looks like. We're going to load up a picture of a maroon C5 Corvette convertible with a tan interior and chrome wheels. Be careful, this is going to be a hard one to find. They only made 250 million of these. A maroon
You do see them
Corvette
everywhere.
with a tan interior and chrome wheels. This is sort of like if you join the SS, you got a Hugo Boss suit. If you join the Boomers, Boomer Men, this is your outfit. This is your costume. This is part of your soul personified
And
commodity.
it's like the ugliest one, right? There's better looking Corvettes than that. Much better looking Corvettes than that. That is the ugliest one. Have you ever sat in like a modern Corvette? They're pretty sick. It's like a pilot seat. They form to you. They're pretty sick. Those things are cheap.
Modified, turned into a physical object. This is the boomer soul. I know you're not car guys watching this, but I want you to know how boneheaded and retarded this vehicle is. This depreciating asset, this nothing car, okay? As you've seen this 1,000 times, it's trite to point this out, but this is the truth. They bought houses.
How much is that car worth? Nothing, right? Those cars are worth nothing.
For 50 grand.
Houses for 50 grand, that's true.
The home was 13,000. Yo, they bought cheap houses, and they brag about this today. You've heard this from a relative.
Yeah, they brag about it because they're like, oh, I timed the market right. No, you just bought a house when you were 18 because like the mortgage was like maybe $400 a month. And you're all like, well, I couldn't afford that, which you could on your barista salary or you're fucking doing whatever, literally whatever, begging for money on the street. You can afford a house. You pick up cans on the side of the highway and you made enough to make your mortgage. So, and this is some sort of brag-worthy, like, oh, I went through rough times. That's rough times to you? You're picking up cans to make your mortgage, and that's rough? You're picking up free money on the street, and you call that rough? Are you kidding me? First of all, have you seen any cans on the street these days? Second of all, they still worth 5 cents. They're still worth, same as back in the 90s. Back in the 80s, whatever. They're still worth 5 cents. 5 cents back in the 80s, that'll get you a fucking cheeseburger. 5 cents today, nothing. It will get you it won't get you anything. 50 cents won't get you, it might get you a gumball. 50 cents. 50 cents won't get you a gumball. $1.25 might get you a gumball. So how many, that's several cans. That is a lot of cans. So, and you don't even see those cans. There's no cans left because there's so many homeless people, right? Just struggling to survive. And you're bitching because you had to pick up free money on the side of the road to pay your fucking mortgage. Oh no. Oh boo-hoo. And then you easily just rolled into a career like you actually did something. Get the fuck out of here.
My house, I got it for $25,000. And they look at you like they expect you to, can pat them on the back for having such foresight, such a visionary real estate trader. If they had any type of foresight whatsoever, they would have done it 100 times over. There were multiple opportunities from the 50s.
Right. If any one of us went back to that time period, we'd be like, oh, I'll take 10 houses. I will take 10 houses, I will rack up debt, and I will work my ass off to pay off the mortgage on all those 10 houses because I know it'll make me a multimillionaire in a couple decades, even shorter though, honestly. You just rent them out and then it's free money. It's just generating money. It's no issue. So it's not exactly foresight that you buy your house for 50 grand and then sell it 20 years later for like $500,000. That's not exactly, that's just you getting lucky. That's just luck based on the year you were born. That's it. That's it. You think Bill Gates would have been a computer whiz if he was born 30 years later? No, he would not have been. He just happened to be born at the right time to capitalize on a bunch of technological advancements where he could start selling like graphic user interfaces and stuff, which he didn't even invent. He didn't even invent the GUI. He bought the GUI from a different company. And he was all like, well, I'm going to use this and market it. And now we have Microsoft. So he didn't do anything. He didn't invent anything. He's not even that good at computers, honestly. His father made a fortune in Planned Parenthood, by the way.
The 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, the monetization of equities, the monetization of real estate. Pick a thing out of a hat. There were 12 different Bitcoin.
His dad was a lawyer, though. So it wasn't just Planned Parenthood, but he did have a lot of stake in Planned Parenthood. Woman! Oh, here we go. Sorry. Here, I'll play this.
Like opportunities where these old fucks could have 100x their money if they had been doing anything other than keeping their money under their mattress. If they had been awake at the steering wheel, they could have grabbed for themselves hundreds of millions. But they didn't, because they're pinheads.
Easily, but I mean, like, the same goes for us in being like, oh, we could have bought Bitcoin. We had no idea Bitcoin was going to skyrocket, and they had no idea that the housing market was going to skyrocket either. They were just being dickheads, and they were like, let's buy a house. But now they're like, oh, look at how smart I am. I bought a house because I needed a place to live. And we're stupid because we didn't buy Bitcoin because we needed a Bitcoin to live in. Yeah, it's basically the thinking.
They view life as this pleasure thing that's designed for them.
They're short-sighted.
Baby boomers hold approximately 51% of the total wealth. Boomers are 20% of the U.S. population.
Yeah, 51% of the wealth and 20% of the population. And people talk about like the greatest wealth transfer in history. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I was talking about this yesterday. It's not going to happen. All that wealth is going to be pissed away on Jimmy Buffett cruises and fucking hospice care. All of it. All of it. Dude, like all of it, right? So 90% of millennials and Gen Zers are going to get nothing. Nothing except for maybe $30 trillion in debt. If they're lucky, by then it'll be at least 50 or 80. I have no idea. It's going to be too much. It's going to be too much debt. Too much to sustain the country going forward. We might be going back to like medieval times, in which case I am prepared. I got all types of metal and stuff. I'm going to get into blacksmithing. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to get into blacksmithing. I'm going to start hammering rebar and making it sharp, and that's going to be my new gig. That's what I'm going to start doing. When all this shit goes down, when an EMP blast just fucking nukes this shit, and then there's nothing left, you're going to see me out in the yard just fucking ting, ting, shirtless, right? Ting, ting, ting. It's going to be metal as fuck. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to be pretty happy. But that's what I have to do. I'm going to have to find a trade. That's what I'm going to do. Do I have any experience blacksmithing? Of course not. Of course not. And yeah, I will be bad at it, most likely. For a long, long time. But, you know, I just have a visual in my head. And if you guys want to shit on that, you go ahead. I don't care.
Still,
It's ticking down.
they gotta go, man.
Sorry, Gene.
These people gotta go, man.
Critical Thought says boomers will waste their money. True, millennials and zoomers don't deserve it. Also true. I didn't say that. I didn't say, look, I'll tell you what the millennials and the zoomers deserve. I think they deserve a fair footing. Like, they deserve an equal footing. I don't think they deserve to pay a bill that their parents and grandparents ran up. I don't think they deserve that, right? They didn't get to enjoy any of that, right? They're paying a bill to a party they didn't even get to attend. So how is that fair? How do they not deserve anything? Do they deserve that bill, Thought? Do they deserve the crushing economic weight that is on their shoulders now? But you're saying they don't deserve any money, right? But they deserve the crushing economic weight that is on their shoulders now. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're trying to inform me of? Is it? Because I don't think that's fair either. I would gladly take no money whatsoever if I just had a fair shot. If all of us equally had a fair shot. I'm not saying it had to be good like the boomers, but maybe medium okay like Gen X would be just fine. I will take that any day of the week, right? It doesn't have to be easy mode like the boomers had it. It would have to be average mode like the Gen Xers had it. Well, the mid to late Gen Xers, and millennials had it really hard, and then Gen Z is basically a slave class. Generation Alpha essentially doesn't exist.
They're 20% of the U.S. population. They're holding on to 51% of U.S. wealth.
We need another pandemic.
I do agree with that. We need COVID.
Thought says millennials and zoomers deserve 6 months of boot camp and ass kicking and having their CE clip phones. and Xbox controllers ripped out of their lazy masturbatory hands. Where are you getting this at? Okay, where are you getting this from? You're a millennial, Thought. I know you're a millennial. Where are you getting this attitude from? Where are you getting, are you being paid by a boomer to say these things? I don't understand. Why do you think it's appropriate that you suffer more because other people had a better life? You're paying for that. You understand that, right? You understand there's $30 trillion in debt that's on your head that they accrued living the good life. Why do you think that's okay? Why do you think you deserve that just because of the year you were born? I would love to hear your rationale for this.
Mid-20 to keep these fuckers, man. But that's the wealth that they're holding on to. That doesn't include their entitlements like Social Security and all this shit that we're going to have to continue. You're holding the bill for old people right now. So that 50...
Big B Trucker says, it's the children's fault, Principal Skinner. Am I really so out of touch? No. It's the children who are wrong. Exactly. That's how you thought. That's how you sound, Thought. That's exactly how you sound, right? It's just, well, you're not benefiting by saying, oh, just work hard and shit like that. Look, we all got screwed. It's okay to accept this, right? I feel like you're trying to like defend people that don't want you to defend them, but also want to fucking hurt you. This is some weird sort of Stockholm syndrome that you developed. Are you okay? You think Thought's okay?
Mostly.
Mostly. I don't think
51% of the total wealth in the United States. It's more than that because they're still going to take your money to pay for their dying. The wealthiest generation in history has literally blown their children's inheritance on OnlyFans hoes.
This is true. OnlyFans hoes, right? Bitches like, what's her name? Sophie Rain? That made $64 million in a year or something like that from largely boomers, just horny ass boomers touching themselves and pissing away inheritance. Not even just inheritance. It's not just about inheritance. It is about opportunity. They're pissing away their children's opportunity so they could have more to pay for OnlyFans and prostitutes and Filipino hookers and shit like that. That should be on the boomer flag. It's like, we put you in debt so we can have sex with 19-year-old Filipinos. That is basically the gist of it, right?
Or go on cruises.
Or go on fucking cruises that, go nowhere and are stupid as fuck anyway.
See for yourself, $35K on this dumb hoe, but the boom...
Dan Snot says we need more Girl John.
Less man, Jess.
Shut up.
Boomer is even dumber.
Introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Big Tony. I am your number one.
Hey, Big Tony. Hey, Big Tony. Big fat bitch, Tony. Fucking piss away your grandchildren's future, Tony. Fucking asshole, Tony.
OF subscriber.
Did he piss it away on KFC?
No, that's essentially free. He pissed it away on these set of Milkies right here.
No.
Yeah. Guess how much?
How much?
Guess.
10? No.
Yeah. You silly, stupid girl.
And how much have you spent?
35K.
35K. $35,000. A life-changing sum of money for anybody here. Anybody here.
And did she give him children?
No, she didn't even touch this gross sack of shit.
I wouldn't either.
No, no, of course not.
He's wearing polyester.
I mean, look at it. Look, you can see the skin tags on his fucking... I wouldn't call this a neck. I would call it the crease between his chin and his chest.
He probably breathes so heavy and has sleep apnea. And don't. No, it's a little bit more guttural. More in your gut, honey.
That's him sleeping. That's me sleeping too, but that's also him sleeping.
$1,000.
Oh, it's nice to finally meet you.
Me too. Oh, you have soft hands.
Thanks.
Finally, I got.
Don't you fucking touch my hands, you fucking pervert. You nasty. Oh, you know he strangles his dick with those hands? His fucking weak, fucking soft cock.
He hasn't seen his dick in
He doesn't need to see it to strangle it, right? He just feels down there until it starts giving him happiness, right? You start groping things and you're like, oh, that's my thigh, that's my thigh, that's my thigh, that's my thigh, that's more gut. Oh, that's a penis right there. I can feel it.
He can't wipe his ass. He cannot find.
No, he just wipes it against a tree like a fucking grizzly bear.
Oh,
You just
that's kind of cute. I mean, don't do that.
Got to touch him.
Depending on your age, this is all your dads or all your grandparents in one form or another, okay? Your grandpa, when he divorced.
Critical Thought says, I rarely meet anyone impressive. I'm not suffering. I worked up from nothing. I'm a little offended, Thought. You don't think I'm impressive? I didn't work for shit in my life.
Your grandma and got a Laotian whore wife.
Which is impressive.
It is impressive. I'm actually better than all of you because I didn't have to do a thing.
It's just good. It's just your life. If you've ever wondered why
What?
I said you have to deal with me.
I have to deal with you, and that is a lot of work. To be fair, that is a lot of work. So I retract that. She's like a nightmare. No, I'm kidding. I love you.
No, it's okay.
No, I love you.
I know who I am.
No, you're great. I love you. You bear my kids and stuff.
Okay.
And they're in there. They're sleeping. And they're adorable. Have you seen those kids? They're fucking adorable, dude. And they love the shit out of us. And they're so sweet.
I know.
They're so sweet. And, yep, I'm a good dad. I really am.
You are. You're a great dad.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I shot her daggers. I was like, you better confirm this. I was all like, you'll get the chair later. Don't ask about the chair. Don't ask about the chair. Don't ask about the chair.
They shouldn't ask about the cage.
It's just a normal dog cage, right? And I spray you with cold water when I'm pissed.
$20,000 set of golf clubs exists, it's not because there are like really good golfers out there who need super high-end golf clubs. It's not that. Can you not click your nails? It's not that there's...
Stop. Listen. We're not in the time where people aren't relying on internet connection. Everyone is relying on internet connection to sell what they have. Like, come on. Like, or learn about what they're doing. Unfortunately, I was just thinking about this. Even if we were to go completely offline and not expose our kids to like online and stuff like that, they will still get exposed to it because everyone else in the fucking world is exposed to it. So
it's true. When I was a kid, we had internet access too and shit like that. We go over our friend's house and watch shit on the internet, crazy shit on the internet. And like, we didn't really have a computer at my house, not because we just didn't. We just really didn't. We didn't. I spent a lot of my youth running around the forest, like a lot, and it was dangerous. And I learned survival skills, and I can kill a snake with my bare hands. I haven't done that ever, but I imagine I could.
It's like some gang of super golfers that need $20,000 clubs. It's because these people, these boomers, they have more money than they know what to do with because they're stupid, and they're buying golf clubs and jet skis and going on cruises and prolonging their shitty lives. Stats on boomer end-of-life care. Now listen, this is very black-pilled stuff. I don't want to get too dark here. There is a white pill.
Oh, good. My main bitch is here, everybody. What? She was here first. She was here first, right? She was here first. She was the first one.
Oh, she's so good.
She was the first one. She was the first one. Okay, anyways. And here comes Dudley.
Pill at the end of this, I'll hit you with that. But end-of-life care costs have risen across generations, but baby boomers stand out as particularly expensive.
This is what pisses me off, too. It's like we have a shorter life expectancy, too. And whether that's true or not, I'm not exactly sure. Like, I could outlive my father. I could not outlive my father, right? It's,
Men have a shorter life.
No. Millennials in general have a shorter life expectancy than boomers do.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, I mean, they just, they're going to be able to access better medical care and stuff. The things that we won't. They're going to have, like, Social Security that we'll never have.
You really think our medical care isn't going to evolve?
What, us personally? Or, like, millennials in general?
Millennials in general.
Yeah, no, there will be better medical care. It's just people won't have access to it. Like now, just like now. Have you ever gone to the hospital for anything? You know, it's $100 a stitch with insurance. To go get stitches, it's $100 a pop with insurance. Without insurance, it's like, what was that bill going to be? Fucking $20,000 or something like something insane. It was going to be fucking insane, right? When our kid busted his head open, he didn't bust it open. He just fucking...
He busted it open.
He busted it open. He fell out of a tree.
It was bad.
I mean, it is what it is, right? His skull didn't break, if that's what you're wondering. But it was a head wound. There was a lot of blood. But 6 stitches, it was $600 with insurance.
With good insurance.
With good insurance. We have good insurance. We've got, like, the best insurance you can get.
This is why I'm going to learn how to suture.
I know.
I need to learn how to suture.
Yeah, I should have just stapled it shut. I don't know.
Averaging 50 to 100,000 in their final year as of 2025. Now that's averaging. That's not what you're going to pay, okay? That's averaging. That takes into account all the street people who are going to die on the street. But your parents, your grandparents, when they go, it's going to cost you $250,000 per person. You're going to have to shell out $500,000 to keep your grandparents alive in a tortured state for another year, okay? You don't have $500,000, you only have $250,000, you gotta pick one. You gotta pick between your mom and your dad. You're gonna have to pick one, and the other one you're just gonna have to put under the house. You bury them under the front porch and just kick them in the head, bruise them, put them in the trunk of a...
Yeah, that's fine and stuff, but like, what am I supposed to do? Scare them to death? What do I, jump out and, and hope he has a heart attack? What am I supposed to do? Right? He just keeps on ticking. You know? What are you going to do? Right? You going to do the day of the pillow that everyone talks about? I don't think everyone's going to have the balls for that. Everyone's like, oh, I'm going to get the pillow. No, you're not going to get the pillow. No one's going to get the pillow. No one's going to get the fucking pillow. You know what's going to kill them? Is medical neglect. Medical malpractice and medical neglect. Because it gets most people these days anyway. Right? That is a lead killer in the United States. I think it's behind self-deletion and deaths of despair. I don't know. You might have to check those stats. But remember, on the Sulk stream, I make up 100% of my facts. So...
a car, dispose of them in some humane way.
Thought says, Jess, can you get dental and xylocaine online? Not as good, but better than nothing.
Yeah, that's good to know because I really do want to like acquire a stash of medical supplies. It's like something I'm...
Don't say that. Don't say that online.
Why?
The feds are watching.
I don't care. They already know I'm doing this.
Dan Snott's a fed.
They already know I'm
No,
doing...
he's not.
They know
I've seen him in
everything
real
we're doing.
life. I've seen Dan Snott IRL. There's no way that guy's a fed. He couldn't pass the physical.
Way, boil them, whatever you got to do. Dispose of them in a humane way.
Obedience says colloidal silver never goes bad.
I'm a big fan of colloidal silver.
I want to know, is that like legit?
It is. It is. I used to be skeptical against it, but then when I worked with the monkeys, we would use it as like a topical cream, and it really did help with injuries. I mean,
Here's the thing about colloidal silver that I've seen.
Yeah, but that's like if you overuse it. If you use it for the medicinal purposes,
I know,
it's not
but
gonna
this
turn
is
you
still
blue.
look. It is a photosensitive. Look,
This is crazy.
silver is used in like photography, or it was, and like this can happen. If you take too much, this can happen. You could turn blue.
That's them taking it so much, though. We're talking about using it medicinally, okay?
Well, this guy liked
That's
it.
like saying you're gonna become schizophrenic because you used pot one time for something. Like, come on.
So this guy used it one time for something?
No, that guy did not. That's what I'm saying. Are you listening?
No.
Of course.
No, I don't listen to you.
Are you gonna
The
buy
one
me
that
a
you
Louis
like.
Vuitton?
I pulled the Louis Vuitton thing up. No, bitch. I would never do such a thing. Oh, that's silly. You're silly. No, I would never do that. I'm never buying you a Louis Vuitton. I would never buy you.
I'm more of a
Like, I don't fucking spoil the shit out of you as it is.
do.
Come on, dude. I'm buying you Hermes, if anything. Louis Vuitton is garbage. It's trailer trash garbage.
No, it's ghetto.
Yeah, it's ghetto.
It's ghetto.
Ew. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
And put it in a home. Boomers spend more due to longer lives riddled with chronic conditions like diabetes and cancer, paired with costly advanced treatments and a growing reliance on long-term care. What's an advanced treatment? Well, I'll put it in scientific terms for you guys.
Big B Trucker says 250,000 medical malpractice deaths a year. It is a very serious, and it's amazing that they charge so much for being such fuck-ups, such monumental fuck-ups. Like 250,000 people a year, and then you're charging me, how much is it for a day in the hospital?
Oh my god.
$10,000
Retarded.
for a day in the hospital? Maybe it's not that much, but like, let's say $5,000. How much did we spend when we had Arlo? I think it was $9,000 after insurance.
Yeah, it was about that, but without.
And we had our
insurance.
second kid in the bathroom.
Yes.
Yeah, on purpose. Just me and her. Free birth. Yep.
I just like how you're so proud of that.
Well, people fucking find it amazing. I'm like, why? Cavemen did it. There's no, like, if a caveman can fucking do it, I can pull it off too.
Okay, so what gets me is like people will be like, oh, I could never do that. But literally people do free births all the time on the way to the hospital. Like, it's a totally normal thing that happens. You have your baby in your car. If I ever had my baby in my car on the way to the hospital, I'd turn around and go home. I
know. Like, really, it's just a bunch of screaming. And I was like, shut up, I'm trying to sleep. And she's like, ah! But
the 4-year-old, he was 3 at the time, he kept being like, you're all right, mama, you're all right. It was so cute.
Brandon Sab says, John needs a flat black with gold inlays Rolex first jaw, Jess. Balls in your court, Jess.
Wait, what?
Balls in your court, you have to buy me a Rolex.
Ew. They're not even nice. They're not even nice looking watches, in my opinion.
There are better watches.
Yeah. Like, you know what? A Fossil watch is super cute, and they're
No, don't you dare buy me a Fossil.
They're cute.
No, they're not. They're gross.
Whatever, nigga.
No, oh, you want me to fucking bleach my tips and stuff like that? Fucking bleach blonde tips and shit and fucking Fossil? Don't fucking buy. You buy me a Breitling at least.
What is that?
What is that? Whatever. Oh my god. Whatever.
Guys, an advanced treatment. It's very space age.
Arden Chara says Citizen is above Rolex, and I agree with that too. Citizen does make good watches.
Stuff. This is stuff that is it's pretty high tech. It involves a lot of cyber tech, nano augmentations. They put.
Honey, you're using my fucking account.
They know. They know who's talking.
So it's Jess under my account.
You in what's called the Dream Machine, and that's from the James Bond movie, the one where the guy he only sleeps for an hour a day in the Dream Machine to keep him sane. The Korean guy who goes white, that's the one.
Cheddar comes in with actually a hot take that says Casio over everything else, and I could see that. Like a $9 Casio gets fucking puss, dude. That shit pulls puss, for sure. Like she has no idea what I'm talking about.
Yep, don't care.
No idea what I'm talking about. Casio. Fucking Casio is a solid choice.
One right there. This is the sort of cyber medicine. Also in that Wolverine movie when there's the old
Sekio's alright.
guy that I think Wolverine almost killed in World War II. He's like a super rich Japanese guy, and he's on some sort of cyber bed type thing. What does it mean when you're spending $250,000 on advanced treatment? What that means is a black orderly is making your parents oatmeal in the morning.
If you get a Garmin, you're using a Garmin for a very specific. Like, you can get a Garmin if you're like out in the woods a lot, right? But they also, I mean, Breitling also makes good. Look, why am I fucking talking about watches with you? Like, okay, Garmin is if you are out in the woods a lot and then you use that shit for that kind of thing. Like, I'm not out in the woods. Well, if you're going to spend that kind of cash on a watch, it better be a nice watch. It better, and not like one of those, I don't even know.
So that they can beat their ass later in the afternoon in urine-soaked pajamas.
See, this is what I should do. I should get into hospice care so I can tase the elderly. Because they deserve it, right? They really do. Not like your grandmother. She's silent generation. But like your parents, I'd tase the shit out of them.
I know you would, honey. You would.
I know, but like I would, you know, I'd be like, gotcha.
While your
I'd
parents...
tase my parents before I'd tase her parents, though. To be perfectly fair. Perfectly fair, I would tase my parents way before
your grandparents lose their minds.
2 certified nursing assistants, 28-year-old Yashika Jones and 35-year-old Rose Blaze, taunt and hit Wilson as they dress him in bed.
Sorry, that's the most advanced treatment we got. We unfortunately don't have anything quite like the Silver Samurai route.
I need a Wakandanotomy and 2 servings of whoop ass. Right? Look, if my kids ever put me in a place where there's black orderlies, I'm going to be like, what did I do to you? What did I do to you for you to hate me so badly?
I would never let that happen to you.
No, she's planning on killing me way before that. She's going to murder my ass. And I'm fine with that, dude. The second I start to decline, you like when I get a little, when I get out of bed, I'm like, ugh. And she's like, okay, it's time, right?
I'll push
and
him
then she's
down
gonna start putting arsenic in my food, so it's a slow, like lagging death.
He wants it. He wants it.
I do. I honestly do, dude. I just want peace. I just want a little bit of peace and comfort.
You're not getting it with me.
I know.
Algin Z, the medicine's really expensive. It's made in India for $1, but it's $2,500 a dose. So we got to pump them full of that shit, and then we have.
Thought says I'm rocking a $20 Casio these days. I like it better than my fancy Citizen because it says the day 2 for time has alarm stop. Yeah, do we all understand what a Casio is? I mean, most of us do. You don't.
Nope.
No, you don't.
I don't wear a watch.
Casio.
I don't wear jewelry.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I did wear a watch when we started dating.
You wore a Fitbit.
I wore a Fit. It was a watch. It had the time on it.
But you need to not wear those because you just need to not have anything on you that's like doing Wi-Fi and like your earbuds. They're cooking your brain.
I know they're cooking my brain, but it's the only thing that blocks out your voice.
Ardent, listen. This is a natural, normal thing for women to do. Okay, it's our only offense against men that is sure and fire way to delete them. Okay, so this is
You're gonna kill me.
This is just a natural thing that women want to do.
You're gonna kill me. No, it's fine. Once I get too old, I get it. I get it. I get it. I mean, I'm not gonna ice myself out. So she's got to do it. She got to pull the trigger or something. And I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that.
To have a black orderly, make them oatmeal, and then beat them into a piss-soaked coma.
Knobstock says, I thought Jess was a brunette. She is.
I am, but John asked me to go blonde.
Mm-hmm.
So here I am.
So I could pretend she's a different person.
It's true.
Oh my God.
It's true. When I came home,
we're fun. We have a good time.
When I came home with my new hair, he was like, he kept looking at me saying, wow, you look like a different person.
You looked great.
And he was
really
so happy about it.
Yeah, you look great. Right? Yeah.
Coma later on at night.
Yes. So Thought says, I'm right. Me, Jess, I'm right. And secondary method is mind fucking them into suicide. Which is okay. So
That's
you
advanced.
can't say that.
So that's
You can't say that.
So that's like
You can't say that.
why?
We're on YouTube.
I don't care.
You know all this money goes to you anyway. You spend this money. You understand that, right? It goes to your Hermes bags and shit and your fucking vacations. Whatever, though. I don't care. I don't care.
But I'm just saying, it's very hard to do that. It's not as easy. It's not as easy to mind F someone into unaliving. Even though sometimes you just really want it to be. It's not. So, poison.
I can do that.
Put it down.
No.
Put it down.
Put what down?
Put it down.
I don't see anything in my hand.
I do.
I don't. I don't. It's so fucking sexy, though. It's so fucking sexy. I love this thing.
It's okay to be Christian.
It's a Father's Day gift.
Are you new here? Are you new? Are you new?
Christian? Are you kidding me?
Look, no.
Jess is going to... Yeah, don't. No, Christian's one of the boys.
I know.
He's one of the inner circle. He's all right.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Care. I know this sounds fake, okay? I know this sounds kind of preposterous, but I did do the research and price out how much it would cost to have the lowest possible paid black guy beaten.
Pause it. Yes, thought. I honestly, if I wanted to, I could definitely make someone kill themselves.
God damn it, Jess! God damn it!
I could.
You idiot!
I could do it. And it would be, honestly, it should be a sport, but it's not. I get why. But I could do it.
I might just have to pull the episode. I might just have to fucking pull the episode and just be like, fucking, you know what? Hey, if you're on fucking YouTube,
Honestly, it should be a sport. Get Rumble.
if you're on YouTube, I'm gonna go ahead and fucking, cause Jess can't fucking control her fucking mouth, and so I'm just gonna have to pull the episode, because it's just not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So I'm gonna fucking pull the episode from YouTube, drop it in the chat. It's all right. Nobody's fucking here anyway. I don't care. In Minecraft. Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, wait. I got a better one. In Zoo Tycoon, where you make the zoo really good and then you invite everyone in and your zoo's really bumping and then you close off all the entrances and then you fire all the employees and then you let the animals loose.
You know, I actually don't know how to do that. I don't know how to pull this off YouTube.
Where you...
I don't know how to do that. I've never done it before because I've never...
I would just like to say, you invited me on the show tonight. I'm not, here.
I invited you into my life. And that... that's working out the way it is, you know. Oh, I forget to like my own shit. Hey, like the episode. Can you like the episode, please?
An old guy's ass every day in urine-soaked pajamas, and it is $250,000 a year, so there's that. While hospice use tempers some expenses,
Ray Jenkins says Rumble sucks. Well, I mean, okay, I can't pull the episode, and so when YouTube fucking gives me a community strike, then I'll deal with it then. I'll deal with that then. So I'm not going to pull the episode because I don't know how. I honestly don't.
Sheer numbers and higher expectations for medical intervention dwarf the simpler, shorter end-of-life needs of their predecessors, setting a pricier benchmark that Gen Z and millennials may only surpass because of inflation and tech-driven care. Also, they got hit with TV, too. Before TV, there was never...
See, here's the thing about boomers. Boomers believe that if it's on TV, it's real. That shit is real. You can't fake anything. You're not allowed to lie on the television, which I think was true until Obama. I don't think propaganda was allowed. Strict propaganda was not allowed on television until Obama, but that doesn't mean they didn't lie to you. Unlike movies and stuff too. Yeah, but they think that shit is real. It is amazing how gullible the entire generation is. They're all idiots. They're all fools.
You never had images. You had a cartoon. You ever see old, satirical political drawings?
Yeah.
They're not that convincing.
No, I'm not compelled by any of those images.
Like a guy in a top hat and his body is like a big fat globe.
Yeah,
And
I've
it's
seen
like
that
the
one.
globe is drinking a barrel of oil. It's not as powerful as a Schindler's List.
That would get me off the couch, the Schindler's List.
Yeah, that
'cause
would get me
there's-
ranting and raving Schindler's
Yes.
List.
Right.
To help them.
Better help.
To help them.
Old-timey propaganda. It was either a fucking cartoon or like a long screed.
Folded at both ends, rolled in.
What's a screed? Is a screed a scroll? Is that the same thing as a scroll?
A screed?
A screed.
Oh.
A screed. I don't even know. Big B says propaganda was always allowed. Operation Mockingbird. Yeah, well, look. See, here's the thing about Operation Mockingbird, like MK Ultra, all that shit. Technically, under U.S. law, that is illegal. And the same thing with the CIA operating within the United States boundaries, that is also illegal, but it's not like they didn't do it. I mean, let's be honest. Let's be fair. That is true. They did do that. It was illegal, but that doesn't mean they're not doing it. Murder's illegal too, but they did that shit all the time.
In the middle.
I mean, it must have worked on some people because communism...
Alex the Gorilla from YouTube says, so does Ray Jenkins, but I'm not complaining. Okay. Comment more, you guys. Comment. If you're on YouTube, like and comment more. I would appreciate it, right? Bump my YouTube numbers up a little bit. You know? I need to get famous. What? I don't. I mean, I do.
existed before television, but I mean, it's impressive that it did, because they were writing long-ass screeds. You had to read a book if you wanted to be a communist, right?
That's kind of motivating too, though, because if you read a screed, that's like, I've read this whole screed. I might.
Here's the thing about like reading. It's like, okay, so you put all this time, you read like a 2,000-page book. Like, what is the Karl Marx book? What is it, Karl Marx?
How to be an absolute pussy?
Sure, that works. Okay. But look, you're a busy mom, and you're like, it's expensive for a book because you're poor as shit. And then you buy a book, and then you're like, I read this shit. You have to believe it. You just have to. You have no other source of information. And so you're like, well, I bought this book. I don't imagine they're lying about this. And so this must be true. And so now I'm a communist. Or now I believe in evolution. I'm not saying evolution is wrong. It might be. But I'm not saying that, right? I'm just saying if you bought a book back then, you kind of had to believe it because you're basically your only source of information, right? We don't have that anymore. We don't have that constraint. We have loads of information. Quiet, woman. We have loads of information. Loads of information. And it's our job to sift through it and find out what is real and what is not, which is why I hate censorship so much, because it just treats us like children. Like, oh, you're too dumb to know what's real and what's fake and what you should believe and what you shouldn't believe. So we're going to have to censor things for you. We're going to censor things. And on the left, it's hilarious because they have a banned books list, which for some reason you could sell in every state in the union. But, like, you know, you can't go and fucking sell the Turner Diaries or anything like that. Or fucking a lot of things I'm not actually prepared to say on this stream. Yeah.
People don't have the attention spans to read books anymore either.
I do. I use drugs. Okay, I know. Look, when I take those drugs, it's not a problem. Otherwise, it is a very severe problem. It was vaccines. Oh, shit, I can't say that either. YouTube sucks, dude.
Do something with it.
I bet you that's not a small part.
Alex the Grill says, what's up first? And then First World Refugee, which is Ardenshire, says, anyone that randomly pops up and dominates is sus.
Part of what the psychology was. What's that self-help book that's like how to
Here, go make yourself useful. Okay.
Yes, Daddy.
Thank you.
fucking be a badass and shut the fuck up? Every airport ever has it. We talked on the Hagakure one about the importance of not reading stuff. If you
the education system has been destroyed by Karl Marx. Oh, man, yeah. I mean, like, the education system has been destroyed by a lot of things. It is a socialized system, and it's been destroyed by the fact that they make more money teaching your kids to be socialists than they do teaching them actual real critical thinking skills. Look, the entire modern education system is a babysitting service. There's no one worth their salt in that system at all. So it's like, do not let them fucking teach your kids. The entire reason they put women in the workforce is to poison your kids so the government can raise your kids for you. And then they double the tax base, and then they can pump your kids' heads full of garbage. If you have kids, don't do it. Don't let them do that. Don't let your wife work either, right? I know a lot of people have wives or like girlfriends and stuff like that, and you're like, oh, but my wife wants to work. And that's fantastic. That's really great. But she's got a job to do first. She has to raise your fucking kids. She's got to raise your kids and teach them adequately at the bare minimum, which is a lot easier. I mean, it's going to be a better education than they get in public education. Let's be honest, right? Your wife has a job to do, and it is to teach your children basic shit until they get old enough to learn from you, the man. So, you know, if she wants to work, by all means, let her work. After she's done her real work,
And How to Fucking on Amazon. These are books that will blow your brain up. It's just fucking meditation. How to find yourself, calm your anxiety, and manifest the life of your dreams.
Oh,
It
I
covers
manifest
some
shit.
disgusting LA
I
Brazilian.
manifest
Bleep
shit all
that
the
out.
time.
He looks like a cool guy. How to not fucking kill yourself.
That's a good one.
I manifest shit all the time. And you know what? It stays exactly where I meant. It stays in my fucking head. It stays in my brain. That's because that's where I manifested it. That's where it should be.
I like that one.
How to be a fucking unicorn, a guide to living your best life. How to cope with a massive penis. It's a pretty funny one.
It's a toughie, right? Yeah.
You leave that out on your desk. The big fucking
Leave that out on your desk.
secret. How to control existence, kick ass in the fifth dimension, and illuminate the world. $999.
Probably worth it.
$999. We live in the information age where all information is essentially free. This is why the public education system is worthless, right? Because everything you want to learn, you can learn from some Indian guy explaining it as simply as possible. $999 for a book is a piece of art that you display so other people think you're smart. That's the only reason it's there.
Scroll down. It's got a lot of reviews for an expensive book. The subtle art of not giving a fuck.
That's it.
That's it right there. Yeah, baby. The subtle art of not giving a fuck. I promise you, if you read this book, you'll be worse off afterwards. Oh,
Perfect,
man.
perfect.
150,000 reviews. More than
Wow.
10 million copies sold.
Now, yo, be real. Be real with me. Be real with me right now. Everyone here, be real with me. If I were to write a book, would you buy it? Would you buy it if I wrote a book? Would you buy it? Paperback, hard copy, whatever. I could self-publish. I'll get 1,000 copies here. I'll sell them back to you for $59.99 a pop. Would you buy a book? You know what? I'll lower it. 20. I don't know how much I can lower it because I don't know the printing costs. But I can write a book. Would you guys buy it? If you would buy it, I will write it. If I get 3 yeses, if I get 3 fucking yeses, 3, I will do it. I will write a book. I will. Okay, 1 from Dan Snott. Yes. Fuck it. Yeah. Depends. How many times will you say the N-word in the book? 0. I'm gonna be totally honest. I can't. I can't. I can say the N word, but I can't use the hard R expletive that I want to say so much. Like I use my day to day. Right. I say it to the Starbucks barista, for God's sakes. I'm like, thanks for the coffee, N word. Mine Black Shirt would be really good. That's a good name. Yes, and then yes. Okay, that's 3. That's 3. Honey, I'm writing a book. Honey. Okay, I'm writing a book. I'll figure it out. It'll be done in June of 2026. Hold me to it. June of 2026
Should give it a book review.
I don't think I'd make it through. I think
I'll
I'd
have Gene read it.
Bahama John says a small Glock switch hero. Again, I'm Sig Man. I don't have a Glock. I have a Sig. And I probably won't get a Glock. I don't. Not that they're bad guns. I don't want one.
Yeah, we got Jean's head is so calcified that she's immune to that sort of programming.
Is it possible they struck a deal where it's like they will put it in places like this hotel buys a bunch of them, and
the formula is you put something together that's.
Hey, Spondy. How's Australia? He says, John, you can make a book and not print it, but sell it on Amazon and they print to order. Right, like a drop ship type of a thing. No, I think I'd like 1,000 copies of my own book sitting around, just so I can make a bad decision with my money.
Offensive. It seems offensive. It's just like corporatized virality. And if you can corporatize virality, they'll take your book and they'll put it in Urban Outfitters and every airport, wherever. It's not a rare thing, but
you guys don't even know what it's going to be titled. Like and I don't either. But I'll hammer out a book. I'll hammer out 1,000 pages. I swear. Look, you guys don't even know what you're dealing with. You don't even know how because it'll be like Mein Kampf, dude. It'll just be a bunch of insane nonsense. And like, there's going to be some good points. Don't get me wrong. There's going to be some good points. But it's going to be a lot of that. Will it be punctuation? Probably not. I will add a bunch of punctuation at the end of the book, and I will say you can add them as you please.
Is this specific vein of thing that goes viral like that?
I bet there are
Knobsack says don't order 1,000 copies. What? No. I'll order 1,000 copies. I will order 1,000 copies, and it will have a picture of me on the back. And I'm going to be wearing a black shirt, obviously.
A lot of college girls that they came across this book and they're like, it like found me.
Yeah.
And they thought it was a sign.
It's not dropship. My buddy wrote a book and he got a bunch of copies and sells it on demand on Amazon. Yeah, okay. I mean, look, if I even sell a few books, it'll be worth it, right? I could write a book and then I could sell a few copies. Let's say I sell like 3 to 5 copies. That's worth it to me. That's worth it. If I sell 3 to 5 copies, that's like $100. I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. Okay, I'll do it. I'll talk to them.
Yeah, I think there's probably 3 million people who thought the book magically found that.
Cheddar says, just take a shit ton of Vyvanse and start writing your heart out. Look, dude. Yeah, that's going to be my exact writing process. So thanks for blowing up my spot.
Oh, yeah, unfuck yourself. That's another one. Yeah, right. You ain't never going to unfuck yourself, dog.
$30 a copy? Is that what I should charge? Is it $30 a copy? I don't know. I've never written a book in my life. I've never really even written a paper in my life. And I've been through school. And, like, I've got a loose grasp on the English language, to be honest with you guys. I'm not even sure I've mastered it yet. So I think it'd be worth buying just out of pure curiosity. But it could be funny. It could be entertaining. Look, if I wrote a book, I would buy my book. I would buy my book just because I would imagine it would be insane to read. And it would be something to read on the toilet or on an airplane or something like that. It would be insane. I'm sure. And I'll do it. Just because I wanna now.
One, never pick up this book.
Spondy says $9.99 you make over $7 on each copy sold. I mean, what are you guys willing to pay for a copy of my book? And what kind of genre would you be looking for? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the genre, because I'll make up my own genre, and it'll probably be, I don't know. I don't even know yet. But like, what would you be willing to pay for a copy of my book? Is it $10? Is it $25? Is it $30? I think $30 sounds pretty fair to me, honestly. $10 seems a little light to me.
The subtle art of not giving a fuck.
Knobs Dog says I wouldn't pay more than $15. Knobs Dog, you've never donated a single cent to anybody's show. You've never donated a single cent to anyone's show. So I'm gonna go ahead and not even. Big B Trucker says $28.99. I think that sounds fair. $28.99 sounds like a good price. Like, let's say roughly. I'm gonna say $29.99 just because I don't know. I hear that a lot. $30. $30, and I will give you guys a paperback of John's insights and takes. All right. June 2026. Look out for it.
Journal. I'm very particular about stationery. If you're writing,
Knob says, write a fucking book and I'll buy one. Okay. It's okay to be Christian says $100, no more. I'm not going to charge $100 for a book. I wouldn't buy a $100 book. I would not buy that. I'd buy a $30 book, sure. I'm not going to buy a $100 book.
down something important in a thing, which is it's gonna be printed on the lowest quality Chinese paper.
The Incredible Sulk, support John's future manifesto at Kof. I'm sorry. Oh, is this also Ardenshire? Ardenshire has control of my fucking YouTube account too.
It's going to be falling apart in your hands by the time you get it.
I forgot about that.
But it's got that cover, so you're putting your thoughts, your
I was all
important
like,
stuff
is that Jess? How is she doing that?
in this thing, and you're walking
Book of
around
John,
and it
yeah.
says The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck Journal. I have a buddy who, his grandmother is a compulsive gambler.
All right, I'll write a book. It's confirmed. I'll write a book. And watch it blows up.
There is a doctor.
That'd be
from, like, a
crazy.
rich-
Wouldn't that be fucking crazy if I wrote a book just like as some gag and it fucking absolutely blew up? Wouldn't that be crazy? I'd be like, whoa, cool. Guess I'm a writer now. But I wouldn't take myself seriously. I would not be able to
He's
take
a doctor
myself
who's
seriously.
made almost $1 million.
I'd go on Oprah and be like, it's a fucking joke. This is a fucking joke. I don't even believe. I lied through most of it.
A year. By all means, should be like 100 millionaire if he had paid any amount of attention and bought in at any point on the rise of gold, real estate, stocks, whatever. Even just like throwing a dart at a dartboard, 100 millionaire. They have like a house. It's a one store. It's a shitty ass house in a rich neighborhood. The way these boomers live, it's like it's sterile, but it's disgusting.
Cheddar says someone did publish a book with 1,000 blank pages, and I bet it sold a lot too, didn't it?
But everywhere you can smell mothballs.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. It's gonna look good on a bookshelf because that's important to me. It's gotta look fancy on a bookshelf because I know nobody's gonna read it. Nobody's gonna read it, and if somebody does happen to crack it open one day, they're gonna be like, "This is insane," and they'll probably read the whole thing. They'll probably read the whole damn thing. But until then, it's gonna look good on a shelf. Ben says, John's anthropological perspective of American Uyghurs. Wow. I don't even know what a Uyghur is, but yeah, maybe. Thanks for the $7.
It's like hot dogs and shit. Like they eat like pigs. They eat deli meat, like buns.
I hate to say it, but yeah, my grandparents are kind of like that. There's lots of Hostess snacks. Snacks.
The grandmother is a compulsive gambler who has gambled away more than $1 million.
Oh.
She can't be allowed to leave the house on her own because she will go find a casino and gamble.
Is it high-level gambling or is it like pressing a button?
No, it's pressing a button.
The nipple manifesto. Yeah. Yep. The Nipple Manifesto, or like, yeah, Mind Shirt, something like that. I don't know.
Swarms of people like that. We saw them in Vegas, you know, just doing the.
Bahama John do an illustrated sex help coloring book. It's not gonna be a coloring book. It might be a connect. There might be a coloring section. There might be like 45 pages in the book that says notes or something like that. But it will be a legitimate book where I'm going to like share my thoughts and opinions on various subjects, and they will be chaptered, and it'll be probably very short thing. It's not going to be like one long narrative or anything. It's not going to be like a fantasy book. It's going to be like just musings. It's just going to be John's musings.
Thing with the.
Look at him go. Look at him go. Look at him gamble.
Come on, pal.
It's shocking how compelled they are to play those games.
If
Look
you
at
haven't
him
seen
gamble.
this ever, you have
it's
to go
amazing watching boomers gamble, dude. Because they're just, I've seen people put $20K into a fucking machine. A fucking machine, just rattle off $20K. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, there's so many hungry children. So $20,000. They don't give a fuck, dude. They don't give a fuck. Because it's, they don't work for it. It's just given to them, right? A lot of times it's like lonely widows or old people and shit like that. They don't care. They'll piss it away. They don't give two shits about the future of society or their grandchildren. Nothing. Nothing.
A casino and see people at the slot machines and just see what happens, so you can start to.
Arden Shire says that sex coloring thing would take off for real. Yeah, but everything would end up being a furry. Be like a furry or a furry and be a furry. Whatever. It doesn't need to be like that. I don't think it needs to be like that.
Build some type of barrier between that and yourself for when you might need it later.
Rob says 500 pages on how to wear a black shirt. I mean, I don't even know. I haven't even mastered that, right? I've got my own techniques and stuff like that. I do the best I can.
You're in life.
These are the same people that would never participate in Bitcoin ever. They'd be like, "Oh no, that's a scam. It's a gamble."
Yeah,
like you're literally gambling.
Well, they know everything. They're geniuses.
They're geniuses. They're hardworking geniuses. Here's the thing about boomers: they're all hardworking geniuses. Oh, and they just know so much, and that's why they're so rich, right? That's why they're so rich, because they're geniuses. Every fucking single one of them. It's amazing. It's amazing that every generation before and after them were lazy retards, but they're hardworking geniuses.
Information, in my experience, into the internet and buying things online, because like they'll steal your information. Then why do you have a credit card? It's just a bunch of warnings from the news.
Just keep cash.
Spondy says John right at stream of consciousness like Henry. Yeah, that's probably exactly how it's going to be. That's exactly how it's going to be.
Right. The mind of a boomer is an amazing thing because they were the first ones really hit with television. So anything that you can see, if you can see it, it's real.
Arden Shire says, working title, The Incredible Sulk. I said it's not a sex cult. Yeah, that's a good working title. That might be the final title, honestly, because I don't know what to call it.
In the mind of a boomer. It doesn't.
But it's not. I won't name it until after it's done. And then I'll be like, oh, I see. A Hard Road 1. Yeah. That's what it's going to be. It's going to have a real deep meaning and shit like that. It's going to, you know what? It's going to be pretentious as fuck, too. I'm going to make it pretentious and be like, make like thoughts and be like, oh man, I'm so deep. Wow. It'll be cringy. You guys, I hope it makes you cringe out of your skin. Christian says, take Jess out somewhere cheap on me. $5. Thank you. That will be cheap.
Doesn't matter how much it looks like AI. There's a thing, we'll pull this up on screen in post, but these Facebook groups that are run by Indians and they're like local.
Knobsdog says, am I muted? The Bahama John story. I'm not going to say Bahama John. That's not going to be the name.
Facebook, like Texas Mother Support Group, and the picture will be a woman holding a quilt of Texas. It's obviously AI generated.
8 fingers.
Yeah, and boomers are just like boomers are just sifting through this, trying to find how to send.
Leo, we're talking about me writing a book. Apparently I'm going to write a book, and it's going to be a book.
money to
Will you buy it? Will you buy a book? $30 is what we're kind of landing on.
to these people. What's the quickest way to empty my wallet with the money that my grandson's gonna need to pay when I'm dying anyway? What's the quickest?
God, it's gonna be so cringy and so fucking. Oh my god, because I'm already cooking up ideas about like what I can write about and shit like that, and it's like hilarious to me, but I don't think anybody else would get it. But it would be funny to me specifically, just because of the weird, like, what is going on in my head that is unique to me. That has no sort of context to anybody else in the world, but I find hilarious because it's just like, it's related to my own thoughts. I would die laughing. Reading my own work, but nobody else would get it.
This way to transfer this
Nobody else would
into
get
brown
it.
hands.
And they copy and paste the
Bonnie says $30 hardcover, $9.99 paperback. I'll think about it.
same message over and over. They're better off illiterate, these people.
Absolutely. If you could wave a magic wand and make it so boomers couldn't read, you'd save them a lot of trouble.
You throw unteaching them how to speak, and
I know boomers I can't read.
We've solved world hunger.
Yeah.
I mean, the world is better.
Definitely.
Arden Show says, John thinks he's dealing with head words. I didn't say that. At all. No, I just said they would be specific to my head words.
No offense, Gene.
Jean's one of us. She's cool.
She is one of us.
You're one of the good ones, Gene.
Gene, you're one of the good ones.
Gene has been quiet. Gene has been quiet through this entire thing. She's just thinking about how, like, I don't know, she wants to be back on a reservation or something like that. What's with this shirt, Gene? What's with this fashion choice? You think you're Navajo or something like that? Read my book, Gene.
Total boomer death will give you a pass, okay?
Dude, what if I put out this book and it's like 500 fucking pages long? Because, like, I just get into a groove and then I start writing. Like, because I can see that happening.
One COVID 2.0 vaccine.
Spawny says the real question is, how fast can you type? I can type. Let's see. I took a test. I think I can do. I think I can do 15 words a minute.
That works. we'll save it for you.
So pretty fast, pretty good.
Get one of the Israeli ones. The end of life care thing is really nasty, and it's. I said it was a black pill, and there's a white pill. The white pill is raise your kids and care about them, because I mean, what did boomers? If you think about it, what did they do for you? They did a lot for you. You find something crunchy?
It's hunt and peck. It's hunt and peck, right? I'm like, where is it? Why is there no H on this? Why is there no H? Q. It's not even alphabetical. Oh, there it is. And then I forget immediately where the H is.
Boomers circumcised.
Leo says, but you're on a keyboard at work. You call this work? Do you seriously call it? You think what I do today, like all day long, you think this is work? This is not work. This is me. This is therapy at best, but like that, even there, it's like, I don't type. I don't fucking type. It's all clunky and shit. I don't even like this thing. I don't fucking hate keyboards. Why do you like that keyboard? I don't know.
Sized you, they had to. Okay, the doctors and the TV said it was the thing to do. Did you know boomers, they don't breastfeed their kids?
I didn't know. I wasn't breastfed, but I got a Gen X mom.
Yeah, Jess wasn't breastfed. I was breastfed. But I'm smarter than Jess, so it kind of makes sense.
I've breastfed mine, and they're both still there, and they're in their 40s.
They're both still.
What does that mean? They're both still there? They're both alive? Good for you?
Still breastfeeding?
Breastfeeding rates were at a low point for boomers. Okay, so this is not just my imagination.
Leo says, I mean Daywave. You think I'd type on Daywave? What? You think I get paid for doing Daywave? I don't know. I do Daywave because it's fun for me. It's not a part. There's a reason why sometimes I'm just like, yeah, I'm not doing it today. I'm just not going to show up. I do Daywave because I have fun doing Daywave. Fuck, I do this show because I have fun doing this show. Like, this is not even about the money. This is, what have I made? $20 right now? Something like that? Yeah, roughly. Something? Hold on, let me see. I've made $20. Made $20. This is not my job.
I think what happened is
hey, Goofy Boots.
the TV, where it's not possible to put a fake image on TV. If it goes...
Critical Thought says, I just did a typing test at typing.com. 80 words per minute with a 99%. That's not even fair, dude. You're a girl. That's not even fair.
On TV, it is real. I think what happened is they saw an episode of The Jetsons, and a doctor told them that formula is the breast milk of the future. And they went, oh. And then they decided corn syrup and sunflower oil would indeed be a good substitute for nature's milk of a mother.
Arn says John is a daytime stripper. No, I'm not. I'm saying, hey, Jess, come back. Hey, Jess. Come back. Send. So that's how fast I'm going to type my book.
I think that's what happened.
That was 4 words. It took me 30 seconds.
Generally. You're a breastfeeder actively, so you don't need to comment on this. You're in agreement with us. But, yeah, your parents...
You think I have the chops to actually make it a stripper? I could. Hey, anybody, you want to give me $20? I'll pop my shirt off.
They helped you so much. They circumcised you. They formula fed you so you'd get big and strong. So you'd become a big, healthy hero. They
vaccinated. Says, cool, it'll take 37 years to get this book. It might, yeah.
Vaccinated you 80 times.
It might.
The CDC, the American vaccination schedule, get some shots in there. There's 70 of them before 3 months. This baby's going to die if you don't pump it full of mercury and aluminum.
I mean, we all got it. That's what happened to all of us. Let's be fair. It happened to all of us. And look, it made me retarded. It made me like deeply retarded, like deep, like dumb, profoundly in my own head retarded. And that's the life I have to live. So I'm okay with it.
Otherwise, they'll get polio.
Polio.
Remember polio?
Oh, you know, polio, right? I could be in a fucking tube thinking clearly. Oh, no. Instead, I'm just in this able body, just with a mind made of mush. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Iron.
I'm glad I paid you with my foreskin. I hope you guys made a good money off of my foreskin. Still pissed about that. Still pissed about my foreskin.
That one guy still alive?
I went through that, and I remember being with my mother and my grandmother in the car as they discussed no, yes, no, yes, no. And I said, yes, I'm going to do it. And yes, I did.
Get the polio vaccine?
It was a nasal capsule for polio, yeah. And as a matter of fact, my mom, who wasn't vaccinated with it, supposedly she had like this, I forget.
Good, sit down.
There's a name for this temporary polio.
HIV.
She was...
Jess is gonna, I have to pee. So Jess is gonna yell at you. What? Yell at them.
About what?
I don't know. They don't have souls. Who cares?
Has he played any of this?
No, the HIV wasn't there yet.
Temporary polio.
It was a temporary
They
polio. Look
rebranded
it up. It's
the
like, I can't. There's a
Rothschilds
name.
temporary polio.
There's like a name for it.
It's called
so she had
polio.
all the
Shingles?
No, she had all the symptoms of it. She couldn't move.
She's trying so hard to explain what's going on, and they're just laughing at her.
It's kind of like a hysteria polio, I think. It's really weird.
It was called oleo.
Sleep paralysis.
Without the P.
Yeah.
She was just being hysterical.
You see how pissed she is? She's pissed right now.
I think so. That's my personal opinion. That's my mom, though,
why
so
you're
don't
one of the
talk
good
And Sulk's back.
about my mother.
Were you at all shamed by other moms for breastfeeding? They were like, "Oh, don't do that."
15 minutes
It was
left.
kind
Who
of
cares?
more on my end where back then women didn't show their breasts in the United States. So
Walk
learning to
Muhammad
use
John
a
out of the
shawl
room.
and
This
things
is
of that.
delightful. Don't listen to Knob. He's retarded. He's like seriously an idiot. Here, I'll pop my shirt off.
Matter and finding a quiet area because
Right.
you can't be around people screaming and
Wait,
hollering
hold
and the
on.
kids got to concentrate. So I mean, I did it, but
That's
I knew a
nice.
lot of other
That's great.
friends of mine that didn't,
You look.
Yeah.
and they were
hold
for
on.
various reasons.
You look wonderful.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Very impressive. Oh, that's nice.
Thanks.
Huh. That's really cool.
You guys are gay.
No, I'm not. Okay.
Stay.
No, I don't want to.
Stay.
I really don't want to.
No, I like making you uncomfortable.
I know.
Stop. Boop. It is small. To be fair, it is small. That is a small nipple.
Yeah.
Boop.
It's as big as my fingernail, and I have small fingernails.
I know, but like the rest of it, it's good. It's a good rig. To be fair. Hold on.
I mean,
Oh, the numbers are diving.
this looks.
The numbers are taking a dive.
Imagine, just like clicking onto this and just seeing it. It would be so awkward.
They'd be like, what is this gay ass shit?
I know, because somehow, even though it's a
It's the
woman and a
Sulk
man, it's still gay.
It is the Sulk show. I'll put my shirt back on.
Even though it's a woman.
But you guys are the gay ones for everyone. All right. I'll
All right, yeah.
get out of here.
Bye, y'all.
God. All right. So it is confirmed women are the worst. Ric Flair says so tiny.
Reasons too, because
Make me another one.
Finish that.
Well, stay here. Make me another one.
because they couldn't, or I had to stop.
Carambambo says I just got here. Is it gay enough for you? I don't know.
Relatively quick because I over produced. It caused like a colic effect.
Dom says, she's, bro, she totally wants to kiss your what? What? It just ended there.
The kid was constantly
Spondy.
choking.
Spondy, you're great. I love you, Spondy. I think you're great.
Because all you had to do was flush the toilet, and it was like, you know, you ran the.
How did you guys meet? We were both stand-up comedians. We met at an open mic. You know. I was much more established and much further in my career. I was pretty far. And she was just an open mic.
I put more pads
So yes, that's true though. Yeah, we met at an open mic at a brewery.
on than anything else. Just
Yeah, the leaking.
not that easy,
That's real.
trust me.
Got it.
Oh, I know, we don't want to talk about that.
Knob says he was a comedian. Why is that funny to you? Why is that fucking funny? You don't think you don't think I'm a good comedian? You don't think I'd be a comedian? I'll have you know I was an excellent comedian. I opened for Chris D'Elia at the Belly Room in fucking the Comedy Store down in LA. Yeah, how about that? I hated him, but I did do that.
Okay,
We can keep going.
that's all right.
The Holocaust
You didn't know that.
didn't happen once. It happened 1,000 times.
Knobsack says no, I meant jazz.
It happened as many times as there.
They're not. There better be alcohol in this. Do it again. Do it again.
It's the same thing I've been making you all.
No, do it again.
No.
Put more alcohol in it.
What?
There's not enough alcohol in that.
I'm sorry.
She does this. She's like, "You're too drunk. I'm gonna fucking water it
There's a
down."
Holocaust movie. That's how vivid these pictures affect the boomer mind. If you're a boomer, every time you think you're done,
Is it in Redondo? Is the Comedy Store the Comedy Store that Pauly Shore's mom owns? what's it called? The guy from Workaholics was there. Yeah. I was with another guy that was doing that did Jimmy Kimmel that night. Not that night, but he did it like earlier.
Paying your debts for slavery.
I don't want to fucking start name dropping a bunch of people, but yeah.
For the Holocaust, it was your fault. Every time you're done paying these debts, a new movie comes out.
It's in West Hollywood. Yeah. It's a Comedy Store. It's a famous place. You guys don't know where the Comedy Store is?
And the vividness of Michael Clark Duncan, the tears in his eyes as he's about to be executed.
Remember when you cut off your White Claws?
I wish all white people didn't own us. And you feel the guilt of slavery in your boomer mind, and you know that it happened, and it's still happening. This is how the boomer mind works, okay? The good part of that is that every day is a bonanza where you can win a sweepstakes, and you can win $1 million if you just keep shopping. It's one of the ironic things is that the 50s and 60s, that was
I hated Chris D'Elia, by the way. He's a fucking tool.
A rare time in this country where you could get high quality products. You could get clothes made of natural fibers, like handmade stuff, cars made of steel, etc. And these boomers, in their like anxiety to maximize gain, moved production off to China so that you could buy stuff for $1. They just want like more crap. The hoarder mindset, they don't even care that it's total junk, that it doesn't work. They're gonna buy it 3 times anyway.
I have that too, and I think it's by being raised by a Gen Xer who was influenced by a matriarch who was a boomer. I just bought this, actually.
But they're like McDonald's toys gadgets. They break in your hand.
Yeah,
they're awful.
Exactly this.
You could 3D print that.
I could, but then I'd have to buy a 3D printer.
Which you will.
I will.
You will.
If it's on Temu.
Yeah, Knobsdog says, yeah. Are you in LA? Are you in LA, Knobs? What is that other fucking... I played a few clubs in LA. Like a number of clubs. Bah, I fucking hated going there. I played a lot of clubs in San Francisco. Played a lot of clubs in Sacramento. I don't know. I was kind of notorious. Like, look, I don't talk about my comedy days like a lot because I was kind of notorious. I said the N-word a lot, dude. And, like, I called some very big comedians the N-word, like, to their faces. And it kind of, like, burned me. And, yeah. It kind of fucking burned me, but I don't give a shit. I don't give 2 fucks, dude.
One of them.
I think that's why hipsters, like millennial, I don't think hipsters are all that bad.
Spondy says Royce is a boomer. Royce isn't even Gen X. Royce is a millennial. Yeah, he's not a boomer.
I think part of it's a return to quality. Like people want clothing that's well made and cars that aren't gay.
Cheddar says, why would you do that to yourself? Because I was kind of an alcoholic. And, yeah, I got really drunk. I did this specifically at the fucking Comedy Store. I called this one guy the N-word, like, to his face. And, like, he got mad. And, yeah, it was an entire thing. It was
So the Millionaire Mindset presents Get Rich Quick. All this could be yours. Give us a call.
Jess knows exactly what I'm talking about.
422-55-726. You could be making up to $4,917 per week. Now you can get your copy of Secrets of the Millionaire Mindset for just $19.
Well, he was definitely.
For a limited time only.
I just didn't know he would take it so hard, right, and be so pissed about it. But I'm like, whatever. Leo says the comedy scene in LA is now a joke. Yeah, the comedy scene in LA fucking sucks, dude. Look, the comedy scene. Look, I mean, like, I did comedy in California for like a decade, and like, I got a lot of good gigs. I got a lot of good traction, and the thing about the comedy scene It's boring. It's boring. Everyone has to fucking walk on goddamn eggshells all the fucking time and be like, oh, I agree with it. And I didn't agree with any of that shit. I'm not exactly a leftist, as you guys could probably tell by now. But, I walked the line for a certain amount until I got a little bit too hammered several times and said some things that I probably should not have said several times and just kept doing it because I didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck, dude. And it caught me some notoriety. It really did. It caught me a lot of notoriety. And if you said my name out there today, people actually might know who you're talking about. But yeah, they might know. A lot of people definitely heard of me. I was a figure. Jess! God, oh man. People hated me with a passion because I didn't give a fuck, dude, about all their little social programs and being like, oh, you can't say that because people get offended. I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm going to say it. And it's funny. It's funny to me. Yeah, fuck black people. Yeah, fuck gay people. I hate them too. Trans, I don't like them. That was not a popular opinion. That's not a popular stance. In California, it was not. And so, yeah, it got me in a lot of trouble. I got blacklisted from, I would say, half a dozen clubs, at least. Until eventually I met Jess, and then we got married, and then I moved out here. And I bummed around, did comedy around, just for like a shits and giggles and shit. I did other things until I got doing this gig. And now this is what I do. Right? I like it. I make way more money now. So I'm happy about that. Caddy says, we'll send Ko-Fi or whatever next time if you have that. Cheers. I do have a Ko-Fi. And here, let me get you my Ko-Fi. Ardenchar, could you give my Ko-Fi? I do have Ko-Fi. Ric Flair says for another 5. Caddy gave me 10, by the way, which I appreciate. It says, who did you call a nig? He was in Variety magazine. He was on I don't want to say. I don't want to say because I don't want to say. He was on Variety. He was on Kimmel. He was on, I think he was on Conan. I don't want to say. I can't say. I just don't. I just don't want to say. Because he fucking hates me now. And I'm like, fuck you. You're like a Black Panther or some shit like that. Fuck you, Kyrie. And I'm like, oh, shit. Okay, whatever.
What about absent boomer grandparents? My son is 16 months old, and both of my parents, my mom and my dad, who divorced when I was a child, haven't even met my son yet. What's the deal? They just don't care.
Both your parents have turned into Cheeseburger in Paradise, the Jimmy Buffett song. Boomers loved authority. They had it easy, and they were told just work, and then you'll get to relax. You get your 401k, and you get to take it easy in Florida. They're not going to let your kid stand in the way of their cheeseburger in paradise, all right? That's just how it is, bro. Tried to amend my carnivorous habits, made it nearly 70 days. Losing weight without speed, eating...
Namstock says, I got your book titled Blackballed, Being Funny in a Woke Era. Yeah, dude, I mean, like... I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny.
Sunflower seeds, drinking lots of carrot juice, and soaking up rays. But at night, I'd have these wonderful dreams, some kind of sensuous treat. Not zucchini, fettuccine, or bulgur wheat, but a big warm bun and a huge chunk of meat. Cheeseburger in paradise. They should kill this guy. Is he dead?
He is.
Okay.
2 years ago, I think.
Is he in hell? Is it confirmed that he's in hell?
We've got to...
Knobsack says, no, Cheddar, they're all contractors. Are you talking about comedians? Yeah, because comedians they're all contractors. Yeah, they all. So like, yeah, they all work independently, and there is certain cliques and certain glue. It's a lot of politics, right? And I never play the politics game very well, especially with like politics I didn't agree with, and like I was offensive and shit like that. And people talk to me regularly, like they would sit me down and be like, "John, you have to stop doing this. You're going to get fucking blacklisted and shit like that." I'm like, oh, fuck you. And I did. I got blacklisted from several clubs. And I didn't care. I didn't give a shit. I didn't do it for the fucking money or the notoriety or the fame or anything. I did it because I was having fun. And I was good at it. I was really good at it. Like, I'm not even like, I was good at it. And that made them angrier. It honestly did. It made them angrier. But they do blacklist people, and they could do it pretty successfully. But whatever, I don't fucking care.
Confirmed. Multiple sources.
Okay, nice. Heaven on earth with an onion slice.
Dan Snot says, John was a comedian. Yeah, you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that from what I do now. Yeah, it's just one of those things, man. It's just one of those things, isn't it? You know? John used to be funny.
He played that sax like
Not really. Not really. Anyways, guys, look out for my book.
I knew his type.
Blackballed or blacklisted or blacknutted. I don't give a shit. I don't give two fucks. Thanks for the donos. I really appreciate that. I hope you guys have a good night. I hope you guys stay strong and make me proud in every way you possibly know how. You know I love you, right? You know I love you. And you honestly make my life better. I do have a good time with you guys. I really do. And yeah, it's not about the money for me. Because the money's not that great. I'll be honest with you. I will level with you. The money is not that great. But I have a good time. And I hope you guys do too. So have a good time with me tomorrow night. At the same Sulk time and the same Sulk place. Until then, I hope you guys have a good night and stay strong and stay valiant and stay good to each other and, you know, make me proud as a cult leader and all that jazz. And until then, drink a lot of water, get a good night's sleep, and take care of yourselves because I care about you too. I love you. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Goodbye. Hit the like button.
I'm an incredible soul, unhinged and enraged like a bulldog's fierce growl. I'm spitting fire, burning through these trees, questioning the world, unraveling conspiracies. Talking about Bigfoot, Black Ness Monster 2, government lies, they're feeding me their goo. I'm diving deep into this rabbit hole, uncovering the truth, setting fire to their control. I got small nipples, but my voice is loud, roaring like thunder in this crazy crowd. They say I'm crazy, but I call it woke, unraveling the madness with every word I spoke.